Hey y'all, this is Kim with Creative Escapades. If this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. I'm so excited that you joined me today, and I'm excited to show you what I'm going to be making. So sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the video. So today I'm working on a 20-ounce modern curve, and I'm going to be doing a striped cup. So I am putting my rolls of tape onto the cup. I have the first one down there, and the way you get nice straight perfect lines is by making sure that you get the edge of your next roll of tape right up against the bottom edge of the piece above it, and then you remove every other piece of tape and you get nice smooth lines there. So what I'm going to do is go out and spray the cup down with some spray paint, and I spray across the cup, not up and down, because you could get paint up underneath the edges of your tape. And I am ready now to add my glitter. So I have my Aleene's Tack It Over and Over in my cup, and I'm using Tweedy Yellow glitter from Glitter Designs by Two. So we're just going to smooth the Aleene's Tack It Over and Over, and you can see I'm going around the cup, I'm not going up and down. Same purpose there is to make sure that you don't get any of the tack it over and over underneath the edge of your tape. You want to make sure you're getting crisp lines. So I've sprinkled the glitter onto the tack it over and over, and I'm going to finish up the other stripes and the bottom of the cup, and I'm just wiping off any excess tack-it off of the tape itself, because I want to make sure that I have crisp lines. What I will do after I get this glitter all on here is take it back outside and put on 3 layers of clear matte spray sealer, and that's to make sure that my glitter is all sealed onto the surface of the tumbler, because I am going to put tape over that to do my next color, which is going to be blue. So making sure I get a nice smooth surface, and when you're doing this you need to make sure that you get your tack-it really smooth, because you don't want it to show up as thick where you might have not got it as nice and smooth, because that will show up underneath your resin. I'm just wiping off any excess glitter from around the edges of my tape. And now I have sprayed it with the 3 layers of the clear matte spray sealer, and I'm ready to remove the tape. And you can see what nice crisp lines I have. If you see anything out of the way, you can just move it at this time. And you see that it's not pulling any of those lines of glitter off. I got nice lines on there. So now what I'm going to do is tape it again. This time I'm going to be taping it on the yellow glitter lines. It's already down, and making sure that they're covered up. You do the same thing with covering up these lines as you did when you were putting the first stripes down. Make sure that you get the tape exactly over the line of glitter, and then when you go out to spray your second color, then you will spray it across the cup and not up and down. Same reason, we don't want our second color to contaminate our yellow that's already on the cup. And I probably could have done the bottom layer all one color, but I like a challenge, so I'm having to just barely put an edge of the tape over the rim of the cup down here, and then I'm taking excess of the tape and just covering up the center to make sure that I don't get any overspray of the blue onto my yellow glitter, and checking out the bottom, make sure it's all nice and smooth. So now I've sprayed my cup with the blue spray paint, and we are ready to add our blue glitter. We're going to do the same process using the Tack It over and over, and we're just going to brush the Tack It over and over onto the areas where we have no tape again. We're going to make sure that it's nice and smooth, no clumps of the Tack It over and over anywhere. And I'm going to sprinkle on my blue glitter, and we'll do this for the remaining stripes. Okay, almost done. At the top stripe now, tapping off any excess, and I've sprayed this now with 3 layers of the clear matte spray to seal in my blue glitter, and look how nice and crisp those lines are. There's no bleed over of the colors. Turned out really, really nice, and allowing it to the sealer to set for a while. This probably set for about 3 or 4 hours in between. Allowed that to dry and make sure that my glitter stayed in place. But just to be sure, I'm using Fro-Rizzle 1:1 ratio, and I am doing all the blue stripes first, just in case there is a stray piece of glitter that might go up onto the yellow, and then I'll come back and do the yellow ones. And I'll do a couple layers of the resin because I want to have a smooth surface for my decals. We'll let this turn, and here we have it, ready to add our decals. It's all nice and smooth. I love how it turned out. It's really cute. So these are my decals, and I decided that I really want this shoe to stand out really, really brilliant. So I have cut the shape of the shoe and the flowers out of this holographic vinyl, and I'm going to put it on the cup and then add the water slide over the vinyl. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to trim down our pieces of decals, water slides, and now I'm ready to peel the backing off of the outline of the shoe. And sometimes when you use this holographic vinyl, it doesn't cut all the way through in a couple places, so I just have to use my little X-Acto knife to get it to pop loose. It's not hard. There, now we have it. And now I'm going to trim down the water slide decal, but I'm leaving a little bit of extra around the edges so that when I lay it over the holographic vinyl, that it will go past the edges of the vinyl and actually seal around it onto the surface of the tumbler. You want to make sure that you don't get any places where resin can get up under there and lift the vinyl or the decal off of your tumbler. And I want to divide this little quote up a little bit. I don't want it to be all in one place, so I'm just cutting it apart, and then I'm going to arrange it onto the cup however looks best. And I'm trimming it down just a little bit more so that I can get it close to the other design of the shoe itself. And this little cup is for a friend of my daughter's who graduated this year. She is just a teeny little thing, and adorable. She loves Jesus, she loves coffee, and she loves high heels. And she is just a little bundle of energy. So this little quote and decal is going to be perfect for her. And we kind of snuck in on her, and my daughter asked her favorite colors, and so she was telling her that they were yellow and blue. So that's why we chose the colors that we did. So now I'm ready to put the vinyl outline of the shoe down onto the surface of the tumbler, and I put half of the decal back onto the edge of the backer paper so that I can work the other side and get it as smooth as possible, trying to make sure that I get no wrinkles or little air bubbles under there, because again, you don't want to allow any place for the top layer of resin to get beneath the surface of your vinyl and cause the vinyl to lift away from the tumbler. So just slowly working it in. If I need to trim it, I trim the tape down, and it allows me to get the vinyl flat, and then I start working the other side. Making sure that it is all nice and smooth. Remove the tape away from the cup, and there's a couple little tiny bubbles that I can see, so I use the tip of my X-Acto knife just to barely puncture the vinyl and then work the air out through that little tiny hole. So now we're ready to do our decal over the vinyl, and we're just going to drop that into some water. And let me tell you how I did these decals. I printed them out with my inkjet printer, and this is on clear inkjet decal paper, and I got it off of Amazon. I don't remember the brand name of it, but once I had them printed, then I took them and spray painted them or spray coated them with 3 layers of the matte spray sealer, allowing it to dry in between, and I did really heavy coats. That will protect the image, and if you did not put anything on it, or if you did not put enough sealer on it, when you put it into the water, then it is going to just dissolve the ink completely off of your decal. And you can ask me how I know. It's by experience. And it's not fun. So I have this ready now to slide off of the backer paper. And you see how easy? It just slides right out from underneath it. I wet my cup prior to putting the decal down, and that's so that I can work with the decal and get it into place, making sure that it covers that holographic vinyl, and then I get all the water squeegeed out from beneath the decal, and then I let it dry for a couple hours before I did this next part, because I didn't want my shoe decal to move. So I'm going to put this part here. I think I'll pull it down a little bit, and I'm going to put the word "and" right underneath that first part of that quote, right above the toe of the shoe. Make sure it's nice and flat and that the water is squeegeed out from underneath there. Dry it off. And then on this one, I decided to go at an angle just to be a little bit different. Don't want it to all look just uniform there. Want to give it a little character of its own. And for the last part of the quote, I'm going to start it right by the edge of the heel at the very bottom and let it go around the side. And then I'm also going to cut her name out of some blue holographic vinyl and put it on the back and coat it in resin, which is what I did here. It's all finished. It is so cute and it is so her. I absolutely love it. The colors go great together. The font looks wonderful on it. So I hope you've enjoyed this little video. If you have, please click like and share. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you can do that now. Ring that bell, you'll get notified when I upload future videos. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below in the comment section. I'd love to hear your feedback. And all the description of everything that I used will be in the description box below this video. And I want to thank you for taking your time to watch this, and I want you to know how much I appreciate you doing that. And I hope to see you in my next creative escapade. Bye bye for now.